Hey everybody, Philip and Kyle at Treader Bills doing a fishing report today. There are certain times of the year whenever you're excited because it's finally opened up, and yes, topwater season has gotten here. Lake levels, DeGray is down about a foot. Of course, Ouachita and Hamilton and Catherine are at full pool right now. Greason is up about 2 feet. If you're going to North Arkansas, Greer's is up 4. And if you want to go to Bull Shoals, it's 24. So take your tree climbing tackle with you. But for Lake Ouachita, Hamilton, DeGray, Greason, all of our local lakes, frog season is what happens is a lot of these fish start guarding nests and they start roaming and trying to run off other predators from getting their babies. And a frog running across the water as a topwater bait is a beginning of the season where they just crush it.
Absolutely. Yeah, this time of year, really, in my opinion, I mean, obviously you can throw a topwater all through the summer, through the fall, but really this time of year is about the best time to catch a really big one on a topwater, which is, an experience that everybody wants to have. Like he said, between, a ribbit style frog, like a horny toad, something of that nature, or even, a buzzbait even, gets a really big bite this time of year, and it's something that, I definitely suggest within the next few weeks, doing a lot, for sure.
And we're not talking about this kind of a frog.
Sure.
As in a grass frog. What we're talking about is, Zoom was the original one that came out with it. It was a horny toad. And then Stanley came out with one second called the ribbit. That's my favorite.
Sure.
Every manufacturer out there has a copy of it one way or another, whether it's the Rage, which has a lot of good action to it. Z-Man, Kitech even has it. This is a new one that just came out this year. It's made by Live Target. You can see the realistic colors in this, and they make 3 sizes also. So that's neat that they haven't had before. Then you can hook them many different ways. Stanley has a double take hook. The original was a Gamakatsu or a VMC swim bait hook. You lace it on there. And the newest thing are toad toters.
Sure. Yeah, like I said, I mean, a buzzbait's one of my, biggest things to throw this time of year. You go through all the spawn, and typically you kind of have to slow down, throw a floating worm, really drag something, fish pretty slow. The beauty of this is once you get to like the fry garters and the shad spawn, you can cover a lot of water. I mean, just put the trolling motor in high and just go. Like I said, it's a good way to catch a lot of fish. It's a really fun way to catch fish in, these parts, like the early May, throughout May, end of April. It's a really good time to catch a big one on a topwater.
His little trick also is following it with a swim jig.
Yeah, so especially on Hamilton, it's not to say you can't do it on Ouachita with the bushes and stuff of that nature, but on Hamilton, especially when you get around the shad spawn, skipping a swim jig up around docks and up underneath them is a really good way to catch them. Anytime you find shade on a really sunny day, a swim jig skips really good. We have a handful of different varieties here. I know Philip likes to throw a structure jig. It skips extremely, extremely well. The dirty jig, swim jig, 6-cent swim jig, all good options to throw this time of year as well.
Yeah, the good news is it's topwater season. I mean, it's really a lot of fun to watch them blow up on a topwater bait, and the frog is definitely a great way to do it. So if you got nothing to do this weekend going out on the lakes, make sure you got some frogs in the boat.